Hey, what's going on, everyone? What is going on, man? Getting ready to start doing live streams on Investing with Rod. I want to try to do a weekly stack up, and I'm going to talk about that as soon as I bring me on the screen. And without any further ado, happy Wednesday, everyone. Hope y'all are having a great day. It's your boy Rod. I've done several videos recently on this channel, a rebranded channel. It used to be Points Playing Finance. I rebranded it to Investing with Rod, and on this channel, we talk about stocks, we talk about crypto, we talk about exchange traded funds, but more importantly, we talk about showing you how to invest on a budget. A lot of people think that you have to have hundreds or thousands of dollars to invest. And hold on, let me do something here with my camera. I'm gonna keep talking, but that's really not the case. There it is, it cleared up. It was a little hazy, but that's not the case, man. And what I'd like to do on this channel is show people how to invest with $5, $10, $20, whatever they have to spare on a payday, or if they get some extra money or some extra change, and kind of debunk the myth that you need to have all this money. So what I wanted to do was come on, and a lot of people, when they first get into investing, one of the big questions that I get is, how do I start? What's going on, Tay? What's going on, Pipeline Podcast? What's going on, Troll Master? I see you. I like your name, but and I'll get to the questions in a second here. We got three real homies in the crib. If this is your first time here, I need a couple different favors. First of all, subscribe to the channel if you like what you hear. If you do subscribe, hit that bell notification. It's going to default to personalized. Make sure you select all. It's gonna actually, hold on, let me do one thing real quick. Make sure you select all, because if you don't, you won't receive notifications. You won't receive the notifications. There we go. You won't receive the notifications when I go live or when I actually do a video. So make sure you do that. Hit the thumbs up, man. It helped this video and get pushed out to people that may be looking for information like this. Share this channel, share this video with your family, your friends, your co-workers. Again, you just never know who could be looking for information like this. And now what I wanted to do, one of the things that people tend to do is they want to get into investing, but they have no idea where to start. Now, you have several things. Notice I said I talk about stocks, I talk about crypto, but what I wanted to talk about today was getting into a solid portfolio and starting with stocks. You can also put a little crypto in there, maybe some Bitcoin, some Ethereum, but I would start with stocks. And I wouldn't, you could even start. Some people start with just the company they work for or the company they work with, however you want to word that. But I always say, let's get the best bang for our buck. And this foundation portfolio is not going to be, hold on, man. This thing is driving me nuts because it keeps getting out of focus. This foundation portfolio is not going to be something that we're going to have today and is gone tomorrow. It's actually going to be something that we want to keep at least a couple of years. If we're saving for a house or saving for a big investment, it's something that we want to have for, years to come, possibly. So I like to tell people, let's get a foundation, man. Let's get a solid foundation. And I apologize for putting my avatar on and then going out, but for some reason the camera's focusing and not focusing. So, but I do want to shout out, Trollmaster said, I just traded 7,000 Doge for 46 million plus Shiba Inu. Did I mess up? I would have, if it was me, I would have kept some Doge and maybe traded and sold some of it and got some Shiba Inu, but I wouldn't have sold all my Doge. I don't believe in having all my investments in one basket, and you're going to see that here today. So that's just my quick answer to that. And, if you have another question, throw it in there. Hey, Tay, I use a Canon M50. This is the first time I ever did this, but what I'm going to do is go ahead and start sharing my screen right now. I want to jump into this. I really don't like to waste a lot of time. And I'm going to be pulling up comments as I go through this. And let's see here. So what we're doing right now, we're looking at my Robinhood portfolio. And if you are interested in Robinhood and you don't have a Robinhood account, I actually have my link that's in the description. If you use my link, you'll get some free stock. I'll get some free stock. We're both winning. So as you can see, I currently have $5,868 in this account. Now I have a few different brokerage accounts, but what I'm doing with this one is this is the account that I'm showing people how to invest on a budget. This account, I didn't throw 5,000 bucks in here. I didn't throw 1,000 in here 5 times and got to 5,000. I basically did what I'm talking about on this channel. $10 here, $5 there, 20. And on a good payday or maybe when I got a bonus, I would put 100 in there, maybe 50 or something like that, and just watched it grow. And what I want to point out on Robinhood is so simple, but I have $100.59 to invest. Buying power, $100.59. I'm kind of circling around it right now. And I like that because I'm going to take $100 and I'm going to make several different investments. Now, am I going to do it in this live stream? Maybe I may do a couple, but my plan was to do a series, 5 different stocks and go through the stock and do more of a deep dive for it. I didn't just want to come in here and willy-nilly go through it and just kind of rush. So I want to pull up this comment before I actually get into this foundation. Pipeline Podcast said I'm all in on VTI. VTI is an exchange traded fund. It is the Vanguard Total Index Fund. It invests in all of the stocks that are on the U.S. stock market. And I'm 24 years old and have $19,000 portfolio on M1 Finance with the ability to borrow $9,500 interest only portfolio line of credit and only need to pay $58 per month in interest. So let me break this down for the people that may be saying, man, what is this? So basically what they're doing is giving him an interest only loan for half of his portfolio value. He have 19,000. That's why his credit or line of credit is $9,500. $9,500, you double that, you're looking at $18,000 or $19,000. And he paid $58 a month in interest. Unless I had something to do with this money, that's a lot of interest. Are you making that much money in profit? Did you already use the loan to purchase something, make a big purchase? But just to have it sitting there, I probably wouldn't do that. And we got Cooking with the Catchers in here, say at work listening. Cool. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump down now. I'm gonna have about at least one exchange, one exchange traded fund, and probably about 4 to 6 different stocks. So let me get over here. I'm looking on my phone here. So the first one that I would get, and it's no surprise, it's no secret, it's going to be Apple. Now I'm going to go over here and this is also going to kind of be like a little Robinhood tutorial. So at the top, I'm in the search bar right up here. I can type APPLE and it'll pull up Apple. It'll show in red. But I like to go by the symbols because if you look over to the right, I'm going to go down to my stocks. It's not saying Apple. It's not saying Microsoft. It's not saying Amazon. It's just saying the symbol. So you can click on it and spend a lot of time saying, man, is this my Apple investment? Is this my Microsoft investment? And most of them are pretty easy. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Apple. And what we're going to do in this live stream, and I'm not going to be here too long because I do have another live stream I need to do. But what we're going to do is just look at the performance. Now, Apple lately has been really beat up. It has been beat up. The value, the price is going down per share. Now, one thing about Robinhood, if you look, this Apple stock is $168.43 per share. Well, Rod, how are we going to invest on a budget with 5, 10, 20 bucks if it costs 168? On Robinhood, you could do something what they call purchase fractional shares. So you can get like a slice of the pie, and periodically, it could be every other day, it could be every day, it could be once every 2 weeks when you get paid, once every week when you get paid, once a month. And you just keep investing in it. Sooner or later, you'll have a full share. I don't even know if I have a full share in here yet. But what I want to do today, now, what I don't do when I'm going over this, when I'm doing these videos, even when I'm just looking at it, notice I just highlighted it right here. It is down 0.56% today. Well, Rod, why aren't you talking about it being down 92 cents? Because I don't have $168. It's down 92 cents per share. So for every $168, it's down 92 cents. So I like to look at how much of a percentage. And then if I have $20 invested, I will calculate 0.51% times $20, and it'll let me know exactly how much I lost, but it's an easier way to do it. Now, that's today. In the last week, I'm just going to show y'all how Apple is getting beat up. Down 0.82 in the last week, down 0.471 in the last month, down in 3 months, it's down 7.08. It's constantly been losing money up to the last 3 months. And in the last year, it's up finally 2.04%. Well, we know people. It may not be you, it may not be me. I'm an Apple guy. I have a MacBook that I use for my YouTube channels. I have an iPhone. I have an iPad. I don't have the Apple Watch. But everywhere you turn around, somebody's got an Apple product. And now they have other things like Apple Pay. So Apple's not going anywhere. They're just going through a situation right now. So this will be probably the first, if not the second stock that I would use to build my foundation. So let's just go down here and look real quick. Now, I currently have $334.98. I have 1.991728 shares. Notice I don't have 2 full shares. How did it get to 0.99? Because I bought fractional shares. And I'm up $33 on $335. So basically up 10.9 to almost 11%. The next stock that I will put in my portfolio for my foundation, what time is it? Because I may make a purchase, is Microsoft, ticker symbol MSFT. Now, keep in mind, I'm not going to do it for the sake of time, but you could always type Microsoft out, Google, Amazon, if you don't know the symbols. But for the sake of time of this live stream and the replay, I'm just going to type the symbol just so people can see it and be able to look at it. Now, the next one I would get is Microsoft. And I'm not going to go through the weeks and the month. I'm just going to look because we're looking at long term. Let's say we're going to at least keep this portfolio a year. So basically, I'm going to look at what has it been doing in the last year. We are in the 4th month, but I'm just going to look at the last year. It's currently trading at $412.48 per share. And the last year, Microsoft is up 42.27%. So for every $100 you invest, you're making $42. For every $100 that you invest, you're making $42. You can't put money in the bank and do that. You can't put money in a CD and get that. You can't put money in a high yield saving or checking account and do that. You damn sure can't put it in a jar under a mattress. You ain't gonna get no interest. Your money is just gonna be there. Nothing wrong with that because at least you have some type of savings plan. And the next one I'm gonna do, this one I would watch very close, but here I currently have, and this will give you a prime example, 0.85 shares of Microsoft. I have $352.50. I'm up since I purchased it. In the last year, it's up 42%. But I've had this longer than a year, so I'm up 33.93%. And I'm right here. I made $89. So I didn't invest $352. I invested $352 minus $89 because I've made $89 in profit. And I am going to show y'all something in a minute. So all of this matters to me. And you're probably saying, well, man, $80, that's not a lot of money. However, we're building a foundation. And this is, for the most part, the foundation that I built. Now, what I am going to do is kind of slide away from the foundation, but I would probably put this in my foundation. So the next one I'm going to do is no one really I ain't gonna say no one. A lot of people got rid of cable. I was one of the last people to do it, or and then one of the last groups to do it. And people are streaming now. They're streaming Hulu. They're streaming Paramount Plus. They're streaming Netflix. They're streaming ESPN Plus, Disney Plus. So if you look at the next one I'm about to pull up, now I would watch this one. I would say somewhere between minimum 6 months, a year. You could keep it here 5 years, 10 years. I've had Apple, Microsoft, oh man, at least 10 years. Not in this account. Like I said, I have several stock accounts. But look at what it's done in the last year. Netflix, let's go in here and click Netflix. Well, I fat fingered, so I'll just out. In the last, today is down, but Netflix is $600. That's kind of expensive. But I know what it's been doing in the last year. In the last year, it's up 81.76%. So it's up double what Microsoft is up, double what Apple's up. But does that mean this is past performance? Past performance does not or is not an indication of future performance. So please keep that in mind. But I'm willing to roll the dice. Now, I know I don't have any Netflix, but in the last 5 years, what has Netflix done? 75%. I'm cool with that. So for every $100 I invest, or every $600 I invest, I'm making $75. So what I'm going to do is actually go over here and buy some Netflix, because this is a purchase that I've been wanting to make. This is a purchase that I've been wanting to make. And so I'll come over here to buy Netflix or buy NFLX. Or it's going to default to everything. Now I could change this to shares, but mine is automatically default to dollars, which most people that watch this channel will be too, because they're buying fractional shares. They're doing $20, maybe $50, $10, so on and so forth. So right now I have $100. It'll tell me right here I have $100 buying power. I'm going to go ahead and invest $10. And it's going to give me a slither of pie, 0.01627 of a share. Go ahead and click review order. Now I have until 3 o'clock Central Standard Time. The stock market closes. It's in New York. It closes at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Mountain, 1 p.m. Pacific. I'm going to go ahead and click buy. And just that quick, it's done. That was not even a second. I'm going to give it a second. Go ahead and refresh. You just heard the beep on my computer. I just got a notification on my phone. Every move I make with my investments, I get notifications on my phone, whether it's crypto. And you can purchase crypto on Robinhood as well. So let's go ahead, refresh this here. And look and see. My market value is $10. I haven't made any money because I just made the trade. When you hear trade, that's either purchasing or selling investments. So I just made the trade, but you're seeing right there, my $10. Yeah, that's just, and let me read what Pipeline is saying. Here's what I do. The portfolio line of credit, things like getting bank bonuses, example, borrow 10K for 90 days, keep it in account for a bank bonus of 500 and pay 181.25 and I got you. So basically you're taking money, you're taking somebody else's money, which is M1, and you're depositing in another account. They'll give you 500 for making a deposit. You pay them 182 bucks and you keep the 318. Smart person, man. Smart dude. And Pipeline, hey man, this is I just realized this here is man, now because I got used to Pipeline. That's just one example. I remember your other name because you was on Dwayne's channel. So moving right along. So we got Microsoft, we got Apple. We're gonna do Netflix. The next one I would do is Amazon. Ticker symbol AMZN. Click on that. Amazon is trading at $181.37. Notice it's constantly moving because the market's open for another minute, and they may do some after hours trading. But if you can see, everything is down. Look at this. And that's in the last day. Everything is down. So let's look at the last week. And I kind of want to show y'all, look at this. It's going up and down, more down than up, more down and up and down. And I look at this as a buying opportunity. I don't want to buy stocks, crypto, or any investment at the top. So it reaches peak. Say the peak is for this here is $180, or let's say the peak for Amazon is $250. I don't want to buy at $250. I want to buy at $180, even on a budget or as much as I can. So when it get to $250 and I purchase at $180, I've made a $70 profit for every share that I purchased. So let's look in the last year. Now, so far, we got to beat 70% because that's Netflix. In the last year, 75% with Amazon. It's up 75%. And it was up even more, but because of last day, the last week, and last month, the market has been kind of crazy with what's going on overseas, what's going on in the Middle East. People don't believe it, but that affects the U.S. economy and the U.S. stock market. I'm not going to make a purchase, but this is the next one I would put in my foundation portfolio. And what I would do, you have a couple different choices. When you get paid, let's say you have only $5 extra, I wouldn't go put $1 in each, but I would pick one and have a rotation going. This payday I'm going to do, if I only have $5, I'm going to do Microsoft. Next payday, if I only have $5, I'm going to do Apple. Next payday, I'm going to do Amazon. And the fourth payday or the fifth payday of the month, depending on how you get paid, I'm going to do Netflix and just let it rotate. But then let's say you happen to have a payday where for some reason you get $20. Now, you have several options. You could put $20 in one investment. You could put $10 in two investments or $5 in four investments. If it was Rod, you give me 20 extra dollars, I'm probably going to do 10 for two, meaning I'm going to do $10 in two different investments, or I'm going to do $5 in four investments. I'm not the Easter bunny. I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket, because while Apple right now is tanking, Microsoft is doing well. Amazon is doing well. Netflix is doing well. But what if I put my entire $20 in Apple every payday and I only had one stock? It's called diversifying your portfolio. If I only had one stock, and I know Microsoft is good, I know Amazon is good. Every time I go outside, I see an Amazon truck. Every time I go to my job or a different workplace, the computers, they're either using Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Internet Explorer. You don't really find companies that aren't using Microsoft. I don't know any company. I'm not saying they're not out there, but I don't know any company that's using Apple iOS. Not saying they're not out there, but I've never worked for a company that did it. They all use Microsoft. So be careful with that. Now, the next one we're going to look at, foundation. Remember, we're just building a portfolio foundation, is NVIDIA. NVIDIA is a microprocessing, a chip company. So I'm going to type NVDA. Now, I'll tell y'all the backstory, how I learned these symbols is because when I started getting into the stock market, there was no internet. There was no little cell phones. There was no computer in your hand or your pocket. You had the newspaper, and everything was by symbols. They didn't have NVIDIA and Microsoft and Apple written out. You had to learn the symbols, and it was in alphabetical order. So I was forced to learn the symbols. And I would watch certain shows like CNBC, certain channels, and kind of start putting two and two together. So just keep in mind, man. What's up, Griffins? Thank y'all for coming in. So NVIDIA is currently trading at $840.75. I see NVIDIA easily getting over $1,000. But again, we're building a foundation. Now, one thing that new beginners typically do with a portfolio when they're first starting, if the portfolio dip, this is what happened today. It went down, baby. Yo Street in a range where it just went down. A new investor would tell me, oh my God, I'm losing my money. I have to sell now. This is not the Apple and Gravity and Isaac Newton what goes up must come down. It's the opposite. What goes down is eventually going to go up unless you got a crappy company or a new startup that could go either way. And I'm going to show y'all an example of that here in a minute. So what has NVIDIA been doing in the last year? We're still trying to beat 75%. In the last year, NVIDIA is up 216.58%. I bought NVIDIA. Let's see. My average cost was $332, but I bought some lower. Now, what is average cost? Average cost is basically if I bought it initially at $200 a share, and then next time I bought it was at $400 a share, and the next time I bought it was at $600. It's going to take those three numbers and divide it by 3, and that's how I come up with my average cost. It's just basic math. So this is telling you right here, my average cost, if it's $332, if I did buy it at $332, it's now 800 and some bucks. My market value is 609. Y'all, right here, I'm up $368 or 152%. And I'm telling y'all, man, I wasn't even making major moves with NVIDIA. Every stock that you see that I have on Robinhood, I have it in one of my major brokerage accounts. I use this here to kind of test the waters, and now I'm using it for the YouTube channel. But I used to use Robinhood to test the waters with stock. If I like what they were doing, then I would make larger purchases in my Merrill Lynch account or my JP Morgan, which is Chase account, or my Fidelity account. Now I'm primarily going to do it here. I'm not going to come shoot a video and invest $200. It defeats the purpose of what this channel is all about, showing people how to invest on a budget. But right now y'all are seeing not once in any of these foundation stocks have I lost any money in the last year. Let's look at the last 5 years. Okay, Rod, anybody can be lucky in a year. Well, I haven't had it 5 years, so it's not going to calculate that. So in the last year. Now, the next one I would look at is we've done Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA, Amazon, Meta, M-E-T-A, Meta Platforms. Well, when they came out with the metaverse, Zuckerberg, not Zuckerberg. Well, I must be hungry. I must be thinking about a hamburger. Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook decided he wanted to change the name of Facebook. The company used to be just Facebook Incorporated. Now it's Meta Platform because he was so intrigued by the metaverse. And speaking of the metaverse, going back to NVIDIA has a huge play in the AI game, artificial intelligence. We all hearing about it. We believe it or not, want to believe it or not, it's going to be a huge part of society, not just in the States, but globally. But going back to Meta Platforms, so I like to know, and I may not sit on Robinhood, but I'll Google, what does Meta Platform own? A lot of people don't even know what Meta Platforms is, but they own Facebook, they own Instagram, they have other stuff that's out there. And it's currently trading at $4.94 per share. A lot of these shares would really freak people out. My market value is $149.53. I'm up 35%. And since I've had it, up $39. My average cost is $364. So I lost, my average cost was $364, but now it's $494. Y'all, I don't care if you ever invest. I want you to, because the days of banks and CDs and money market accounts, those are over, man. You can make a little bit of money, or you may not lose money like you could in the stock market, but you're not gonna build wealth. Now, one thing I want to say, what's up, information, man? Man, thank you for being here. People get rich, but you'll rarely hear me say, I want to be rich. I don't want to be rich. I want to be wealthy. Why? Rich people go broke. Wealthy people find ways to increase their wealth. Just like what that young man was doing that's in the live stream, the podcast. He's finding a way to build wealth. Build wealth, man. So let's see what it's been doing in the last year. In the last year, it's up 124%. So I got one stock that's up 200 and some percent. I got another stock up 124%, and we're building a foundation. And I'm going to show y'all something in a minute. Now, we're building a 5 or 6 stock portfolio foundation. A bonus one, if you don't want Netflix, or you can have both, especially if I was a content creator, I'm telling you right now, there is no way that I would not be invested in Google. Why? If Meta is the owner of Instagram and Facebook, people are getting paid off Meta, Instagram, and Facebook. Now, Google owns YouTube. Well, we know if for us content creators, the percentages the creator get and what YouTube get, and if Google's a parent company, then we know where the money's going. I mean, I'm thankful because at least I have a platform to put my information out there. Keep in mind, notice I type Googl. If I was just to type alphabet, you can type Google all day. You're only going to get the symbol because its actual name is Alphabet Incorporated. Alphabet, because you got all the different letters. So Class A and Class C, and all it is different voting rights. You want to always go to Class A. Now, if I'm a content creator, I'm going to have me some Google. I don't care if I just have a little bit. I'm going to have some. It's trading at $155.50, one of the cheaper ones, kind of like the Apple. I like it because it's up, down, up. My market value, and I haven't invested in Google in a minute, is $450.15. Currently trading at 155. My average cost is 132. I'm up 17.69%, up $67. So I take 450, subtract 67, and that's how much money I invest. Now, the next one we're going to go over is an exchange traded fund. So we have our foundation, but even though we have our foundation, we're building a house. And even though we have our foundation, we're going to go here right now while we have the foundation. And if you can't do all these at once, do them a payday at a time. Do Google this payday, do Microsoft the next payday, Apple the next payday. Now we're going to go ahead and start. We have the foundation. We're going to go ahead and start on the next level of building a house right now while we're building the foundation. Rob, what kind of construction worker are you? A smart one. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to type VOO, and I'm going to explain to you what this is. It's an ETF, exchange traded fund. All an ETF is the top. It's a exchange traded fund. It's a fund that has a bunch of different stocks in it. That's all it is. They make it sound all astronomically difficult, but exchange traded fund. If it was a mutual fund, you can only sell them at the end of the day and buy them at the end of the day when the market closes. Exchange traded fund moves up and down with the market. It's currently trading at $459.99. In the last year, it is up 21.42%, and it's called the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, meaning it invests in the top 500 companies that make up the S&P. It's actually 508 companies that make up the S&P 500. So what are you doing when you purchase this ETF? You're invested in 500 of the top companies on the United States, New York, and NASDAQ Stock Exchange. The top 500 companies in America. So how have I been doing? I have currently $196.71. Average cost was $403. It's currently trading at $459. So my profit, I'm up 14%, up $24 off $196. Now I take 20. If every time I had $200, somebody gave me 25, or every time I had $400, somebody gave me 80. Come on, man. And that's how you may have to look at some of this. Don't try to look at it as over technical. Look at it as a simplistic way. If every time I had $100 and $200, somebody gave me 25, I'm cool. Then I hold on to that 200. Next thing you know, it's worth 250, and then I'm getting even more money. Now, I want to show you some of the exchange traded funds, and I want to break it down. Notice it says top 10 holdings right here, top 10 holdings. This makes up 32% of the total assets of this fund. So this might be mind blowing, but it's going to be amazing how many companies that I just told you that are in our foundation that are going to be in this one exchange traded fund. And I would still go put all my eggs in one exchange traded fund. If I was only going to go the ETF route, I would probably get me 3 ETFs, call it a day. I'm not messing with all those different stocks, and build me a smaller house. So Microsoft is in this exchange or this ETF. I'm saying ETF. I ain't got time to say exchange traded fund. Apple's in this ETF. You really say? Nvidia's in this ETF. Amazon's in this ETF. Meta Platforms in this ETF, and Google. And I promise y'all, I did not go through this here and say I'm gonna pick the stocks that are in here. I didn't know how many was going to be. Well, I knew they were going to be in here somewhere. But what's crazy is these are percentage of assets. They're going from, so Vanguard has the most money in Microsoft, then Apple, then Nvidia, then Amazon, and then Meta, and then Google. So if you wanted to say, well, how should I allocate my money? Maybe I'll do 2 paydays in the Microsoft, and then the next payday, and 2 paydays I'll do Apple, and then in the next 2 paydays I'll do Nvidia, and then I'll start getting smaller because I'm gonna have a smaller percentage in Amazon and Meta Platforms. You could use this. You can go to Robinhood and use this here as a guide if you're not sure how you want to do your money. I kind of look at the market. I look at how the market's moving, and that's how I make my investments. I don't go by what the exchange traded fund is doing, but what I would do if I was the crowd is, yeah, I saw your name change, bro. I saw your name change. Yeah, I'm doing well, information man. But what I would do is I would also have VOO in my foundation portfolio. It would probably be the last thing I put in there, but I would have it in there. So one thing I want to show y'all, let's go back up here. Let's go ahead and click the little feather, the Robinhood feather here. We ain't worried about. Notice it has crypto. And I'll tell you, most of the time when I purchase crypto on Robinhood, I transfer it to other places like Coinbase or Coinbase Wallet or my Ledger, which is like a little USB drive. Here we are, the stocks. Now notice, and your boy Rod, it was a little different. I didn't have no Nvidia and I didn't have Amazon. I remember, I'm dating myself, but I remember when Jeff Bezos, the CEO of Amazon, sold books and only books to college students out of his garage. I was starting community college. There was no little vans and trucks running around. There was no Prime on your streaming Prime video and all that. He was selling books out of his garage. You talking about a success story. So keep in mind foundation. Now, what I want y'all to do, and this is not braggadocious or boasting, I just want to show you the possibilities. Now, I've trimmed this down quite a bit in the last week, but here are the stocks that are currently in my $5,800 portfolio. VUG, which is an exchange traded fund, VTI, VOO. And I'm going to tell you, and I'm just going to go through them quickly. I'm not going through all of them, but I'm just going to name out some of the big ones. Coinbase, Apple, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Berkshire Hathaway, another exchange traded fund, Bank of America, JP Morgan, which is Chase Banks, American Express, Coca-Cola, AT&T, Meta Platforms, couple Realty Income, which I invest in some properties, Pepsi, Nike, ExxonMobil, AMD, which is another chip company, Walmart, Procter & Gamble, Visa, MasterCard, Waste Management. People always got to get rid of trash somewhere. Capital One, Kroger, Robinhood, Pfizer, Tesla. Y'all get the point. Chipotle, I don't even like Chipotle, but it don't matter whether I like them or not. I can't go to one and the drive-thru's not full. I go inside, it's full. Everybody, when I work at a regular 9 to 5, what are we having for lunch today? Chipotle. Oh man, again. I was getting upset because I didn't want Chipotle. However, it was 10 people in there. And out of 10, 9 of them got Chipotle and 1 didn't. And before I know it, I was getting Chipotle because they wasn't going nowhere else. So as you become, and when you buy stocks, I'm going to pull myself up on the screen and say this here. As you purchase stocks, actually, I'll keep it like this because I'm going to be bound. I don't want to bounce back and forth. Think of yourself, I don't care how many you have or how little you have, think of yourself as the owner. When I walk into places right now, not so much now as I used to. When I go to 7-Eleven up the street from my house, I look at how many people are parked at the pump because it's an Exxon. Might be the only 5 people that's going to be there for the rest of the day, but it's 5 people here when I'm here. I used to be in stores, and I got tired of looking over people's shoulders. Man, are they using Visa? Are they using MasterCard? Are they using Discover? So now I have stocks in every one of them: American Express, Visa, MasterCard, American Express. Yeah, that's all of them. 4 of them. 4 of the financial networks for credit. My reason for getting this much stuff, I mean, and it keep going. I mean, I got SoFi, this Discover Finance, Oracle, Chevron, MicroStrategy, UPS. Well, one day I was going to invest in UPS, and it wasn't long later I saw a FedEx truck, so I bought both. Carnival Cruise Line, Royal Caribbean building ships every month. Hyatt, Hilton, Marriott, major hotels. I don't care where you stay at. And the reason I made my portfolio this crazy, and like I said, I broke it down. I actually broke it down. And what I mean by broke it down was I actually sold some of the stuff that it was either losing or was stagnant. I need to make money, man. I'm coming up on retirement years. I don't need stock to say I got it. I need to stock that's making money. So I say all of that, and I say become an owner. One of my goals was to be able to talk to an average individual. And whatever they did during their daily routine, I wanted to be getting paid off at least 50 to 60%. So I did a test at work one day. A young gentleman on his way to work bought some Starbucks. I own stock in that. He bought some McDonald's. I own stock in that. He got some gas. I own stock in the company. I think he went to 7-Eleven, got some Exxon gas. And then he used his debit card from Chase. I own stock in Chase. He didn't even use a credit card. And the debit cards from Chase used the Visa network, and I own stock in Visa. Now I just got paid. Now, do I get a check every time just because he did it? No. But he's spending with the companies that I own. Now, when I say I own, they're not going to invite me to a board meeting. They're not going to say, Rod, come to the Chase headquarters and come hang out with us. Now, if I have a substantial amount of stock, that may happen, but not with no $5,000. But I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it because I want to build. You hear so many people say generational wealth, and they got $200 in the bank. Tell me, yeah, I'm trying to build generational wealth. And they ain't putting nothing in the bank in the last 8 months. Yet they've had money they could have put in the bank. But it sounds cool to say generational wealth. No. So that's just a little dip of the iceberg. Right now, if you have any questions, comments, please put them in the comments. I know it is the middle of the workday, and I'll probably start doing this in the evening or at night because more people can have access a lot of times when you're at work. Just like the catch and say, matter of fact, let me go back up. Information Man said, much respect, brother. Pipeline Podcast, yeah, YBL, Cinematic Now Pipeline, stands for Passive Income Podcast. Passive Income Podcast and Entertainment. And Lexington's income that's not earned. Man, y'all hear that? He took a big old word like pipeline and made it to stuff that he doing. Passive income podcast and entertainment and Lexington income that's not earned. Wow. Griffin said, "What's up, Rod? Information man said, hope you're well." Yeah, man, I did 2 live streams last night, not on purpose, on PBT, on Points Blank Travel, because I was doing one and then YouTube had some issues, so I did another one, which was Q&A. So basically took 2 live streams. I mean, 1 live stream and broke it up into 2 because I had to start over. Cooking with the Catchman said, we invest in Google every month. And speaking of which, man, these content creators, Keep It Up the Griffins, Cooking with the Catrins, Information Man Show, make sure y'all check them out. They all have channels that are booming right now. Information Man, last time I looked, was around 15,000 subscribers. Catrins around 6,000-7,000 subscribers. Griffin's around 25,000 subscribers. These are people that people enjoy watching. People they learn from. So, Catrins investing in Google every month. $10, $5, $100, whatever you want to put in there. Yeah, I saw your name change. Respect, family. Thank you. Yeah, the Catrins are great. All these content creators. But please, man, if you haven't already done so, I'm not trying to use no big ass words. Excuse my language. I'm not trying to sound super technical. I'm not trying to sound smarter than the next person. I want a simple, simplified, dumbed down YouTube channel because I want to see several people invest. Because a lot of times when you talk to people in the financial markets, they talk in a way we can't understand. And I will tell you, yes, I have a degree in business with a minor in finance. But if you do have these words that you don't understand, I'm not going to say come to investing with Rod. You can go to 2 colleges, Google University and YouTube State College. Again, Google University, YouTube State College, watch videos. And a lot of times where Rod may not be talking about it, it may be someone like Kenan Grace, a cool brother, younger brother that's talking, and he do it like me, but he may not do it the same day. Like I'll be on Points Blank Travel and people talking about credit cards and they'll put CLI in the comments and I'll break it down to credit limit increase. Because I want people to be able to understand it. So what I may be talking about today, Kenan Grace may be talking about something different. This dude's got 500,000 subscribers, 498,000. Stock Up with Larry Jones is another favorite of mine. He keep it simple. Sometimes they use the bigger words, but they explain it to you. Almost 700,000 subscribers. Chris Sane. He on a different level of investment, but once you learn the basics, you can understand what he's talking about. 500,000-600,000 subscribers. Surround yourself with greatness. And sometimes, and I'm starting to get into this because I'm starting to watch now that I do content creating full time. I can't sit up here and do videos all day. I'll go crazy or go live all day. So I'm finding myself, I'm having more hours of the day, so I'm watching more TV. And like last night, prime example, I did 2 live streams. I finished both live streams. I needed to decompress. So I didn't want to see any YouTube. So I started watching a baseball game on Major League Baseball streaming channel or whatever. So I said, you know what, Rod? It's getting late. You need to educate yourself. You need to go to school. It's free. I turned on YouTube and I watched the 3 dudes. I don't really watch too many credit card channels now. I don't know everything, but I know quite a bit. I do watch, and yesterday I saw a couple live streams for Points Blank Experience where I do interviews. I watched Information Man Show the other day. I believe that was Sunday. He wasn't doing an interview, but he's just trending topics, and that's what Points Blank Experience is about, educating myself. But last night I watched Kenan Grace and I watched Larry Jones. Their video, they do a video every day, every single day, and hopefully one day I can get to that level. So here I am. I took a break from leisure watching baseball, which I'm not going to ever make the major leagues. I'm not going to be on the team, and they probably going to never invite me to a game. I was watching the Boston Red Sox, and I forgot who it was. So I need to break away from the leisure, and your leisure may not be a baseball game. Your leisure may be Netflix. Your leisure may be scrolling up and down Facebook and IG. But I took a break from my leisure, which was watching a baseball game. YouTube's also my leisure. Scrolling up and down on Instagram was one of my leisures, and Facebook is now one. Why? Because I'm on social media, because I'm a content creator. So I took a break from that and educated myself for free. I watched Kenan. I watched Larry. They were talking about some moves that they were going to make that I hadn't even thought about. Finished that, watched a little news, got depressed for about 10 minutes, went right back to the baseball game. Kenan's video was 12 minutes. Larry's video was 12. That's 25 minutes. 10 minutes of news. That's 30 minutes. I took a 30, let's just say a 45-minute break from leisure. I want to know what's going on in the world. Why? Because what's going on overseas in the Middle East is affecting my money, and it's affecting my investments. So I need to see that. It's affecting everything. And I wanted to hear people that I consider gurus. I don't even have 1,000 subscribers on this channel. So why wouldn't I listen to someone that has 500,000, 600,000? Now, if they putting out some BS, I'm going to detect it very quickly, and I'm not going to watch them. I'm going to find another person. And you also don't have to have 500,000 subscribers. You might have a half of 1,000 subscribers and know what you're talking about. But educate yourself. I'm telling you, man, right now, every time you turn around, I don't care if it's the tech companies, I don't care if it's the restaurants, people are getting laid off, man. Look what happened with the pandemic. People got laid off, got furloughed. They wasn't expecting that. And a lot of them didn't have a savings. A lot of them didn't have investments. Create this foundation. And the last thing I'm going to say before I get ready to raise up out of here, well, one of the last things I'm going to say, because we're coming on that hour mark, and I'm trying to keep these at an hour or less. One of the last things I want to say is I haven't worked a 9 to 5 since June. Worked out that way. I haven't looked for a job since June. And I've been surviving, living, making do off investments that I made years ago. Not investments that I made recently. I haven't touched none of my recent investments. So yes, some of it was my money, some of it was money I made in profit. There's not a lot of people, there's percentage-wise, that can do that or can say that they're doing that. I'm proud because I remember the day I couldn't even save $20. I remember the day I couldn't even think about saving $100. I couldn't even get to 20. So I'm proud that somewhere along the line, I found the discipline. What did I do? I used to buy once a year, twice a year, however often, it come out to Forbes 500 richest people in America. And I wanted to one day be in that publication. Have I made it there yet? No. But I've made it to the I ain't got to work in 9 months publication. I'm celebrating. I didn't make it to Forbes. That's the big win, but I'm celebrating a smaller win. Is I've given myself financial freedom to do whatever the hell I want to do. If I tonight want to go fly to Mexico, I could. If I want to go fly to California, I could. Last trip I took, I bought a one-way ticket. I didn't know when I was coming back. And guess what I did? I took my job with me. I took my laptop bag, my tripod, in case I wanted to do a short. And I took my job with me. And if I wanted to work, I made a video. If I wanted to go live, I went live, because I've given myself that financial freedom to be able to do this. And that's what I'm trying to get people to see. I don't care about getting rich. The only reason I even want to be wealthy is for my offspring. I don't care about Rob being wealthy. I got all the clothes, the shoes. I don't even wear jewelry anymore other than watches. Matter of fact, here's my jewelry. It's a beaded bracelet. Cost me about $3. because I gave up some of the materialistic stuff. And instead of owning a gold bracelet or a gold necklace or a gold pendant, I want to own a gold company. A gold company. If you have dreams and things that you want to do, if you believe you can achieve. I used to, and like I said, I'm getting ready to get out of here. But I used to read the newspaper. I was talking about it earlier. I used to read the newspaper, and you would or even watch news. You always see gold, X amount of dollars an ounce, silver, X amount of dollars an ounce. I'm like, how can I get some gold? How can I get some silver? Where do you get it? This little pouch right here, that's right next to me. Look like a little jewelry bag. Well, I don't have a necklace or a bracelet in here, but I got something like it. I actually have, that's a 1 ounce of United States. It's kind of hard to see because my camera's not focusing. Gold. And this whole bag got gold in it. Excuse me, y'all, my eye itch. So the reason I tell this story is I took something that I wondered about and I made it a reality. I took something that I wondered about and made it a reality. A lot of people wonder about stuff, but they never make it a reality. They don't even attempt to make it a reality. People dream about stuff, but they don't attempt to make it a reality. They spend most of their life, if not all their life, wondering how to do something when the answers might be, I went on Google, went to Google University and found out how to buy some gold. I have silver. I have briefcases full of silver. Hopefully I remember the dang on combination. And just to show you, it's not just one piece of gold in here. It's a couple of different pieces of gold. So if you have goals and dreams, man, pursue them. Like I end all my videos, shoot for the moon, you'll be amongst the stars. You'll be amongst the stars. One of the best feelings I have in the world right now, and this gonna maybe sound crazy because I remember the day. Hey, thank you, Tay. I'm glad you're still here. And I am interviewing Tay tonight on the Points Blank Experience. So I am going to be getting out of here shortly because in 4 hours, almost to the minute, I'm going to be on live again. One of the best feelings I have right now, and I've had it for a few years now, was being able to go into a mall or a store and knowing how to say no. Had the money in my pocket, had all the plastic I want. I got a card right here and ain't even in my wallet. That's American Express Gold card, no limit, like Master P. But I walked into a store. I walked into a store the other day at the Outlet Mall in Grand Prairie and saw a baseball hat I wanted. It was $40. I couldn't see spending $40 for a baseball cap when I used to get them for $15. I told the dude no. Could have bought the whole rack of hats. So one of my biggest accomplishments in life is being able to walk into a mall or a store and just say no. Now, do I always say no to myself? No. Sometimes I tell myself yes. But the flip side of that is if I want to go somewhere, I can go. So I'm starting to say no to some of that. I went on lost my mind in 2022 and 23, and everywhere I went, I flew first class for free because I was using points. That's why I have the travel Points Blank Travel, my Points and Miles YouTube channel. Then I realized, man, I'm going the same place as the people that's in the economy for half the points. So I kind of got over there. But I'm looking up right now. I heard somebody last night mention the Dominican Republic. So I started researching how much would it cost me in points, not money, to go to the Dominican Republic, Santo Domingo or something like that. I know in July, I'll be either on a cruise in Long Beach, California, and then on a cruise with Meet and I YouTube cruise. And then the following week I may be in Miami with some other content creators. And what am I doing right now? I'm strategizing how it cannot cost me any money and use points and miles. Well, anyway, y'all, we've hit our 1 hour mark. If y'all can, man, hopefully somebody got something out of this today. And if you haven't, oh man, you been to the Dominican Republic? What? I need to go there. But there's a high possibility wherever I go, I'm going by myself. So I got to go somewhere that's two things, fun and safe. Because I've traveled the world. I was in the Navy 20 years, so I've traveled the world. And I used to venture out. I used to be in the hoods of Philippines, the hoods of this place and that place. And so now I got to be a little safer if I'm traveling by myself. But that's good to know. So I might look more into the Dominican. I've heard nice things about it. Costa Rica. I mean, I'm ready to travel, man. Vegas for my birthday in August. I ain't been to Vegas in 12 years. It wouldn't even be on the list if I had been there recently. Miami in July. Think about going to New York before the baseball season over so I can go to a Yankees game. How do people put themselves in position to do all of this? They build a foundation. The hardest part about going to work out is getting dressed. That's the hardest part about working out. Once you get to the gym and work out and finish, you feel good. You go home, 2 days, 7 days, you look in the mirror, you see some results, you're good. But the hardest part is getting started and getting dressed. Same with investment. $5. What's $5 today? What's $10? You can't even get a McDonald's meal for $10. I was in Phoenix last month. Got a Big Mac, a number one Big Mac meal for $11.49. Crazy. All right, y'all. That's my little rant for the day. If you haven't done so, do your boy a favor. Subscribe to the channel. It used to be red. It's a little black button down there that says subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell that's right next to it. Also, when you do that, it's going to default to personalized. Make sure you select all. If you keep it at personalized, you probably won't get any notification unless you go in and personalize them, who you want to get notifications from. If you select all, you get all the notifications from that channel. I was missing a lot of the Keeping Up with the Griffins content. And why? Because I had it defaulted to personalized. And if I'm not watching anybody's content, I'm watching the Alliance. And the Alliance is myself, Meet and I, your favorite couple, Cooking with the Catrins, Kayla Marr, and Keeping Up with the Griffins. We make up the Alliance. Just a little group we came up with to support one another. Also, hit that thumbs up. And in my live streams, I will say ring the doorbell. When you come into my crib, and my crib is my live stream, make sure you ring the doorbell, baby. You know, I know sometimes you get to a party and, you know, the party jumping or the food smelling good. You forget to ring the doorbell. You just walk on in. They invited you, but that's cool, but still ring the doorbell. So the doorbell is that like button and the thumbs up button, whatever you want to call it. Hit it, smash it, blow it, kiss it. I don't care what you do to it. Just make sure it changes colors so we can get this pushed out so we can get more people in a wealth mindset. Share the channel with your family, your friends, your coworkers. Matter of fact, share it with people you don't like, because if you don't like them and they busy watching me, they ain't got time to be talking to you. And I do quite a bit of content. With all that being said, as I end each and every live stream, each and every video, shoot for the moon. If you don't make it, you will be amongst the stars. I can guarantee you. I will be coming at you soon, dropping more heat, dropping more fire, dropping more knowledge, but more importantly, showing the peeps how to invest on a budget, man. Again, it's your boy Rod with Investing with Rod. Hope everybody have a blessed day. Hope you have a blessed rest of the week. We're at that hump day, as people call it. We're at that 2 more days left. The rest of the day, Thursday and Friday, it'll be over. Enjoy the weekend, unless you, like me for years, you work weekends. And with all that being said, make sure y'all check out all the channels on the Points Blank Network, and that is PBT, or Points Blank Travel. So if you see me in a live stream, people, I don't care what channel I'm in there under, Investing with Rod, any other channel, they're going to call me PBT, short for Points Blank Travel. Yeah, where we talk about traveling for little or no money out of your pocket and using points and miles from credit cards and paying your balances in full as often as you can. We also have the Points Blank Experience, which is like my talk show channel. I do interviews, trending topics. Have an interview here coming up in a couple hours. Also, you have this channel. I call the people that are subscribed the Circle. It's basically investing with Rod. And then we have Points Blank Clips, which basically take all of the long live streams or the hour live stream. I might break a 2 to 5 minute clip down. I haven't done one in a minute. We're working on that right now. I got to find time. And then I put a 2 5 minute, maybe it's kind of like the best of this live stream. Or when I interview Tate each tonight, I may take a 5 minute clip and 2 of them or whatever. And the best of, I won't call it the best of it. It's like, what was the best points of that clip? Of their live stream. So anyway, y'all, man, hope y'all got something out of this. We got 5 real homies in the building. Again, man, it has been a pleasure. Do me a favor, make your money work for you. Don't always work for your money. And don't be so quick to quit your job because it's kind of boring, man. I'm here to tell y'all. But make your money work for you and don't always work for your money. In case you don't know, if this is your first time here, I don't drop no gems. I don't drop nuggets. I drop boulders, baby. All day, every day, and twice on Sunday. And with that being said, we out, y'all. Much love. Peace. We out of here. Make sure. Y'all have a good one, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace.